Hey, what's going on, guys? I see Trades here. Today, we're going to do a technical analysis breakdown on ticker symbol SOFI, Sofi Technologies. And as we can see, stock had a very nice day with that strong green bar, continuing its breakout of this overall long-term descending channel that we were talking about. Breaks out of that, forming this rounded bottom, and continuing to break through these support levels. So good signs on SoFi. Before we go deeper into the daily chart, I'm going to take you to the weekly to get a broader perspective. Now, guys, take you to the weekly chart. We see as it IPO'd, we see that spike to the 28.26 level, a retracement, trying to get back up there, tapping that $25 level twice, and a further retracement after that. Then we see this consolidation zone for some time. It's about a 2-year period here. So we see some, smaller consolidation, a little bit of spike up right here. Not much going on over this 2-year period. And after some time, we see price start to form some energy, getting in this descending range, tapping that descending resistance, building, getting tighter and tighter, breaking out of that very nicely into an overextended run up. And we see the pullback getting onto that 1173 level. And we see rally back. Now we're getting back above this important resistance level at 1480. And guys, why is that important? It's because we are getting close to the peak of that cup and handle. We see cup and handle formation on the weekly, a long-term cup and handle. The cup structure, the handle, and now we're getting back above that, getting close to that overall neckline area. Definitely what you want to see after a pullback. If we keep this up, definitely very probable we hit those 1845 highs, try to get back up there. Now, guys, taking you back to the daily, we get a better perspective of the closer term, getting out of that consolidation range, go in this descending channel, the handle of the cup. We're in here for some time, around here, we're talking around December of 2024 when this really started forming, hit that $1845 high, and we're just descending. You see it's pretty volatile, very volatile in this descending channel. You see sellers push it down and buyers buy it back up pretty aggressively. You see multiple green candles in a row. Hitting that top, coming back down, it's a little bit of indecision right here around that 1480 level, and we see a run up from there. And we see sellers sell off quite aggressively with, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red candles in a row. Try to play around in that 1390 to 1480 range for some time, continue dropping. Then we touch this descending support, we bounce off, can't get back to where we consolidated, create a lower high here in the structure. And we see another reversal, bouncing lower. Off that support again, you see sellers try to push it under that overall zone. Buyers buy it right back up. See a nice green bar hitting that 1173 level, followed by a little more consolidation and a run up, testing that descending resistance at the top of the structure. Reject off that descending resistance once again, creating a lower high in the structure. We see it catches closer ascending support, hitting at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 multiple times. Follow that for some time. Try to get above that overall zone. See price peak out of that for a few days, and then we come right back into that descending zone. And the price slowly climbs out of it. You can see taking the drawings off, slowly climb out of that descending channel that we were in for such a long time. Buyers overall stand their ground. You see the selling pressure on this green candle. Sellers try to push it back into the range that's been in for such a long time. You see buyers buy it back up. And over the last week and a half, you can see that buyers are standing their ground, holding that position over this descending channel. Looks like we finally breaking out of that as we continue to trend around that 1390 to 1480 zone. Starting to peak out of that, see if price can get over that, use that as support, and trend to that $1845 level. It's definitely the type of price action you want to see after breaking out of such a long-term type of zone. A little bit of back and forth as we trend up, a little bit of back and forth. You can see buyers start to step in, volume start to ramp up just a little bit as we're getting that buyer pressure to get out. Over the long-term picture, you can just see an ascending type of movement. After hitting that $860 level, see it buy all the way back up, and we just ascend, getting right out of that structure. That's about a 73% type of move. If we get another leg up just like that, we're looking at stock price really blowing through that $1845 level in the long term. Can we do that? Might be a little bit overextending. You might see hitting that $1845 level, kind of pulling back, doing something similar, and then continuing its rise up. But we could definitely see price realistically get to that around that $22 marker in the near future, in the next few months. If price can continue to hold strongly, get in this zone, break out of that $1845 level, and then continue to trend upwards to around that $22 level, and then ultimately that 25 level that we saw on the weekly where it rejected a couple times. See some pretty hard resistance at that zone. And as for the sellers, you want to see price get below that 1480. You see price trying to peak out of that. Want to see it consolidate and get under that 1480, consolidating under. and under that 1390, ultimately getting back in this descending channel or type of range, I think is very unlikely, as you see how volatile the stock was in this range, and you see it get tight. See it get tight at the top here. You never saw that. Every time I hit the top or the bottom, it was a quick rejection or reversal. This time we get real, real tight. There's a bit of a fight. Buyers are gaining that control, and tightly we break out of that, and now you see it's obvious breakout of that zone. The more likely case scenario is we regain this 1480 level as support, as we saw in the past, right in this channel. It was very strong support for some time, bouncing off numerous times. Regain that, trend to that $1845 level, where this price really began this zone. So that's what I'm seeing. I'm very bullish on SoFi in the short to long term. If we can continue to move up and hold this as strong support, definitely looking good. Say QQQ and all the other stocks start dumping, a low reversal, breaking through that 1390 level, almost getting back down at that descending channel. I think it's pretty unlikely though. Off a technical analysis basis, looking very solid here, guys, especially given those, last few candles where buyers are really trying to push it back above that 1480 level to hold there. If we get rejected here at the support level, fake breakout, get back under it, it's a little less certain that we would get to that 1845 within a couple months. But if we can regain that, hold nicely above that and use that as support and trend up, definitely looking solid to the short to medium term on SoFi. And guys, as a trader, you don't want to get faked out, right? You want confirmation, right? You want to see a couple candles above this. You want to see how this level gets affected. See if there's a lot of selling pressure, sellers really try to push it down, which we could see, before we fully claim this level. You might see sellers try to step in. It's very common that you can see some fake breakouts over a key resistance level. So don't get faked out, guys. Wait for your move. And as a bear, given that we might be a little bit overextended, then you could see a little bit of a pullback, maybe testing that 1328 level or testing the top of this resistance, maybe use that support, come down around those lower 13 levels, possibly. Although I think we are headed to the upside. We got to see what price does within the next few days if we can hold over this nicely. Now, I'll take you over to the hourly. We can see a little bit better that breakout of that descending channel. Wicks off of it, gaps down hard, big selling pressure. We regain that ascending support that we see here, trending upwards and gap up. Try to get over. Once again, we reject and we can't hold over that overall descending channel. Get back below that once again. And then you see price get really, really tight here around that 1328 support level. Get really, really, really tight. Break above that. Hold it as support. See a nice green bar, fully confirming that we have broken out of this descending channel. And we see price follow up, kind of stair stepping up to that 1480 level. Once we hit around that, sellers don't like that. Try to get pushed back down. Continue to use that 1390 level as support, which is a really good sign. See how many times it goes off on the hourly perspective, which this was a strong support in the past. So good sign that we bounce here right away, right when we hit around that support level. Get right back up, and we are trending above that 1480 on hourly perspective. Liking what I'm seeing, breaking out that long-term structure. And then from a short-term aspect, using that 1390 as that support and trending upwards, still kind of stair stepping, in a stair step type of fashion. Watch that 1480 to be used as good support. We obviously have some very good support at 1390, so if it does trend back down, could see a retest and a further move up. I think the likely case scenario that we could hold that 1480 level, continue to move up. So I'll do it for the SoFi technical analysis. Overall, breaking down that very long-term structure, showing confirmation of those support levels on a daily and hourly time frame basis. Definitely like what I see. Still trade with caution, guys. Wait for the confirmation. If you guys enjoyed the video and found value, want to see more SoFi content, consider liking and subscribing. I'll continue to post SoFi as well as other major tickers. Trade smart, and I'll see you guys in the next one.